Get set for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. Our final round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is set to begin. Hello all, I'm Luke Elvey. It's terrific to have your company as always here at 2K Sports. Alongside me in the booth is Rich Beam, and out on the course is Henny Quack and John McCarthy, following all the action. And Beamer, certainly set up for a stunner today at Torrey, Pine South. What do you think these players face this week from the course?
They face a rude awakening. They haven't played too many golf courses yet this year, but they're going to run into Torrey Pine South, and you're going to figure out exactly how good a shape your golf game is in, because it's ruthless. And if you're not careful, you can go out there and shoot a big number in a hurry. It tests every facet of your game. This golf course is an absolute brute.
That's tidy. Well, this is some lovely momentum to take into the tournament, coming off a last start win, Rich.
Can't think of any better momentum. Obviously, the player is firing on all cylinders. Sit back, watch, and enjoy it.
I think this one is heading for the bunker.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
That's frustrating. And if this can go down, he'll save par. He's currently tied for first. The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their second.
Oh, that's great. It just missed the hole. This one's for birdie. And he's down there. You got to read?
There's a slope here, and it's going to go right to left on the slope.
Oh, that is a great birdie putt. And with that hole behind us, our featured player is currently in first place, with Tommy Fleetwood in second. There are so many stunning holes on this entire property, but there's few more picturesque than this downhill par 3 third.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. 13 feet to the hole.
All right, guys. This for 2 birdies in a row.
And now that finds him in first place. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
I love this hole. Just take it out of those bunkers on the right-hand side and hit yourself a nice little baby draw. And from there, you have probably one of the coolest green complexes, I think, on the golf course. Really difficult to make birdie, and actually you're pretty happy making par, but I'm telling you what, sit there and enjoy the beauty of this hole. It's a doozy.
And this shot here coming up from around 130 yards. He's got a 2-stroke buffer. That was a great shot at the right time. Just a short putt remaining here. Oh, what a start. This is impressive. And with that, he'll move to 3 under par. And that'll ensure he remains in first place. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pine South course. Keeping ball in fairways critical, and that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
Going with the pitching wedge here. Lining this one out from a fair ways. But now man on the ground, John McCarthy, has been giving us some great reads all day. What's this one doing, mate?
This putt is looking like it's going to move pretty hard to the right.
Well, this one's come out on a good line.
Good putt there. That'll work.
Not a bad effort right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Rich, there are a number of strong holes on this outward half, but the par 5 6th, the players are definitely thinking birdie here, but it's all set up by the tee shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in two. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
This is bold. Going for it in two.
Good play there, Rich. I like it a lot.
It's an aggressive play, Luke. Like to see it on this par 5.
And here we are with the third shot. It's on a good line. Oh, that's a ripper.
Love it. Nicely holed for eagle.
Yeah, Seve would be envious of this one. What a chip in.
Our leader is up by 4 shots now. Over to 7 here at Torrey Pine South, Rich. A great par 4 that requires good positioning off the tee as well.
Lovely tee shot here. Just take it out those bunkers on the left-hand side and hit yourself a little baby fade. From there, you've got a green that sits above you slightly and also chases away from you just a little bit, believe it or not. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Players setting up, trying to get up and down from the bunker.
This could go down.
And Henny, what's he looking at here?
He's got about 140, I'd say.
Well, a little off the target with that one.
Airmailed the green with that approach.
This would be a great up and down. Oh, I thought that one was going in. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole.
This is important. Big par putt here.
Leading by 5 shots after that. The 8th at Torrey Pine South is an uphill par 3. It can be a hole in one hole, or it can be an absolute brute to even find the green, depending on where that hole location is.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
Now, that looked pretty good the whole way.
Luke, nothing gets past you. Yes, this kid is a stud.
Always nice to have a birdie putt. Nice one. 4th birdie of the day. And that will move him to 6 under par. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. The par 5 9th is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Luke, is it's just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Nicely done.
3 wins already this season.
Don't you dare.
That one's just found its way onto the first step. Didn't that look good for a long time? This putt to get to 7 under the card. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Yeah, he's been prowling around this one. It's 11 foot out.
That's pretty tidy. Geez, making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead.
Back-to-back birdies moving the right direction there, Luke.
As we make the turn, Rich, our featured player is out in front.
Could be some trying times indeed. Tough holes lay ahead, but yes, you're in the position that you want to be, ahead of the pack.
That was a little untidy, wasn't it? And Rich, that back-to-back win could be within reach here. This player can just gain a few more strokes on the inward half.
Winning last week, this player's full of confidence, and rightly so.
This would be a great up and down from this spot. Wow, that almost went in the hole. And he needs this to save par. And that's the kind of fighting spirit that keeps a good round going.
After driving it in the bunker off the tee, that's a formidable score right there.
There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
And not a big target either. You got deep bunkers both left and right. You got a shelf up there top left. This is just a strong, difficult, lovely, if you like, par 3.
Never seen a scorecard that doesn't look good with a 2 on it. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
A tricky little slider here. Downhill, moving to the left.
This one just outside 7 feet to the hole. And now -7 for the event. Rich, in your opinion, is this the hardest par 4 on the entire West Coast?
If it's not, it's certainly top 2. The only other one that I could think that it would come close to is probably the 10th at Pebble, especially with the tee box all the way back there. You know, it's just, it doesn't have the scenery, but it has the demand that you can't geek a drive out there and expect anything good to happen, and you certainly can't afford really to have a bad iron shot either. It's just a strong par 4. Again, different look than what you have at 10 at Pebble, but it's the difficulty is just the same.
He didn't look to hit that one quite so flush. Time to step into the bunker now. Wow.
What can I say? That was simply sensational from the bunker.
And that puddle drop. Well done. Well, this is an impressive display by our leader, now out by 6 shots over the field. 13 is a really cool par 5, the first of 2 in the inward 6 holes here, but you've got to nail your drive if you want to get there in 2.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
This one is going straight at it.
That was a gallant attempt. Just a tiny putt is all that remains. And that will take him to 8 under. Over to 14 we go, a par 4.
And a really good par 4 once again. Dogleg from right to left. Those bunkers on the left, you don't want any part of them. And from there, the difficulty is judging the distance with your second shot. This is an infinite edge look from the fairway. So when it pins in the back section of this green, it's nearly impossible to judge the distance. This is a wonderful, wonderful design.
Okay, time to return to the action. This is his second shot. Well, that's right out of the top draw. A great shot from our leader. Putting for birdie here. Ooh. Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? 15 works slightly back inland here at Torrey Pines South, but you still need plenty of focus.
Why are the straightaway par 4s the hardest ones? We have another one right here. It's just straight away with the drive, nothing fancy about it. You find the fairway and you're left with another long iron second shot. You got a front right bunker that should see plenty of action. The one on the left, though, that's a big no-no spot, as this green does tilt pretty good from back to front.
Henny, what's the player facing here?
Setting up here from about 170 yards.
Going with the 7.
This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
Yeah, that was a safe play. Trying to get to 9 under for the event with this opportunity. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Setting up this putt 17 feet from the cup.
So close. Good chance this one. Right on 6 feet.
He's got this for his par.
And the putt drops now at 8 under, heading down the stretch.
And nice to have that cushion heading down the last few holes.
And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Well, the finish at Torrey Pines South captivates everyone. It really starts here at the 16th, a par 3 playing across the ravine.
This is underrated difficult. The green is big in size, but it plays awfully small because there's really small sections to this green. The front, the back right, and the top left. If you find the right section, job well done. If you don't, it's going to be a difficult 2-putt to say the least.
What an opportunity to make a birdie. John, have you got a read on this one?
Pretty sure this putt should move to the left.
What a putt that was. Now 8 shots in front. The penultimate hole at Torrey Pines South is not a long par 4, but the danger lurks everywhere.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, the green, it tilts from back to front, mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
Good look at a birdie here. He's currently in first place. Here we are at the final hole of Torrey Pines South. So historic. There's been some very cool moments over the years. One of the more famous holes on the PGA Tour.
I'd say this is probably one of the, if you talk about risk-reward par 5s on the PGA Tour, this has got to be up near the top of the list. You find the fairway, it's just begging you to go for it. You got the water fronting the green, and you have deep bunkers both right and left. But with the history of this hole, you got to go for it, don't you?
Maybe going for the green, are we? Yeah, this is the stuff we love. Getting after this par 5 in 2.
And I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
He has this putt in front of him to finish with a clubhouse lead. Ooh, that one almost went in, but that slips past the hole with speed. That one's into the drink, folks, I'm sorry to say. Ooh, wouldn't that have been nice? And this putt is for a final score of 63. And he's down there. You got a read?
This one looks like it will start straight and then move to the right.
It's tracking. And as he sinks that final putt, now he's got the clubhouse lead. But the nervous wait begins as the rest of the field finishes up. And Rich, you know all about this. It's hard just to win once on the PGA Tour, but going back to back.
Luke, winning once on the PGA Tour is difficult enough. To win back-to-back weeks, that's reserved for just the top players in the game.
I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam, and on behalf of all the hard-working folks at HB Studios, it's goodbye for now.